Rob and Slim Show.
I got the wrong number. I'm sorry.
Wait, no, don't hang up. Who's this?
Cheese.
Prank caller.
Wait, I like talking to prank callers. Who's this?
Okay, first of all, I call and I get an answering machine like it's 1984.
Yeah, we're old school, Steve.
We were.
Like, did you like pop a cassette in this afternoon? It's like, yeah, let's have Steve call at 8:30. Oh, we're not gonna pick it up. Yeah.
We were in the restroom together,
Yeah.
Steve. We were like girls.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rob was rubbing my balls while I peed. It helps.
What's that? Yeah, we've decided it's going to be our last season, Steve.
Well, how long does the season last?
Till June. So we'll be on. We'll have you on again if that's cool.
Oh, this is like the how Walking Dead this last season is like 700 episodes.
What's going on with it? Like every time I think it's over, it just comes back. It's great. It's great.
What I understand, because I have not been following it, but I've heard that they're doing 20 episodes or something for this final, but that's like 2 seasons. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know.
They've also been longer episodes, some of them too. And I was telling Slim before the show off the air, like the episodes have been so good. Last week's, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to sleep after. It was so terrifying. It was.
I heard it was like a horror. I watched the first episode and I haven't seen the rest of the season, but I heard last Sunday was like a horror movie.
Yes, I was just grabbing the arm of the couch as hard as I could. I couldn't even sit still. It was that crazy. So yeah, they're really going hard with it, man. Oh, how have you been, Steve? What have you been working on? If you could talk about it.
Well, I can't remember last time I was in New Orleans shooting this movie for Netflix called We Have a Ghost. Did we talk about that? Or was it before that?
We didn't talk about that, but I remember when I reached out to you to have you come on the season, you said you were doing that and had gotten evacuated.
Oh, okay, yeah. And so I've been in Atlanta just waiting, and now I go back tomorrow to finish the movie.
Okay.
And yeah, so they're about halfway done. But yeah, I can't imagine because they have to redo locations, everything, hotels. I can't imagine.
Wow.
What they had to do. Yeah, and then there's a looming cruise strike next week.
Oh no!
So I could come home. But I got married. And during the break, and I did that show, Atlanta. It's on FX or FX. Yeah.
Yes.
So I've kept busy and enjoyed seeing my family.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got married.
Congratulations!
Congrats! You guys grow up so fast. I can't.
No, it seems like I just was out of high school. And we were hanging out at the soda shop.
I bet my invite got lost in the mail, Steve. That's the only reason I'm thinking I wasn't there. Oh man! But I wanted to ask you too, Steve. You did film a movie with Jennifer Lopez, right?
Yes, that's what I was doing all winter.
Did A-Rod show up? Did A-Rod come down there and like threaten you, get away from my girl?
No, he did. He did not. He did not threaten me. He was there for about a week or so. It was a little tricky because everyone, we were all quarantined, and we had our house and she had her house, and he was visiting. And it was funny though because we knew he was there, and then you'd read like a couple of days later all these rumors and stuff. It was really kind of funny because like we were there, and when we'd be shooting, one of the locations is right on this cliff that overlooks the ocean, and there are these fishing boats that came out, and we knew the routine. They weren't fishing; there was paparazzi in these boats, and they're trying to get a shot of her. And I had an idea that what they should do is have like a lottery, and each day a crew member like pulls a number, and if it's their number, they get to take a sort of planned, candid photograph of J-Lo, and then they get to sell it to like a tabloid.
Yes.
So it'd be kind of like winning a little lottery ticket.
Yeah.
I thought of that too late.
I didn't think of like A-Rod was there just like staring at you while you were like on camera, like giving you like the stink eye. Like, don't go
No,
close.
he
Don't go
did
too close.
not do that. He's tall though. My God,
Is he?
He's a big fella.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know he's
a
big.
guy.
I didn't know how tall he was, though.
Did
He's
she just
like
leave
football
him?
player kind of size.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, they had broken up, but
I think she's with Ben Affleck.
But
now.
no, but she still has her Gen friends where like
Oh, okay.
Ben Affleck or A-Rod shows up. She's cool. She's a cool chick.
Yeah, it's hard because it's really amazing the kind of stuff that swirls around. I've never been around that kind of stuff. I mean, Walking Dead was kind of like that in that they wanted to take pictures, but there wasn't the gossip stuff. But with her, it's all
Just
so
all.
much. We'd be like, she was here with us working. She didn't like zip back to New York for some. Yeah, it was crazy.
Some rendezvous.
Steve, I'm actually curious. So you said the fishing boats, like you guys all knew they were paparazzi. So have you gotten to the point in your career where you could just identify paparazzis?
Or you've just started attacking fishermen.
Right, or one or the other.
I'm just a very suspicious person by nature. And no, these guys were obvious because they were out there and they weren't moving. So they came out to where there aren't really fish, because it's like, well, there haven't been fishermen any of the other 15 days we've been here.
They didn't even have rods.
Here?
They just
they weren't fishing. There were like no nets, no nothing. It was like, I wonder, And
throughout
there's nothing to really do except see us shooting. We're just shooting a scene by a pool. So
that's it, though. That's what they want.
I'm curious. I don't know if that one was it, but what was your weirdest paparazzi sighting in your career?
Or in experience.
Let's see. I've never gotten. The only time it was weird, like the only time I realized, that's what fame would be like, is when I maybe even told you guys. I went to my first convention, like right after I died on The Walking Dead, like about a month or so, and it was a big Walker Stalker in Orlando, and so everyone who's there is like 2,000 or 3,000 people. They are all watching the show, so everybody knows you, and that was kind of weird because you're just like, you hear your name being called, and you're like, I don't know anybody in Orlando, Florida. And it gets, so that's kind of weird. And I can't imagine, like someone like a Melissa McBride and what's his name who plays Daryl? What's his name? Whatever.
Oh,
they can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They can't go anywhere. And that's not, the people that, I can't imagine wanting that fame, because it's, sure, you might get some free stuff and you get a nice table at restaurants. But otherwise, it's like just right now, me and my wife, now I can call my wife, and my stepson, we were just up at this little park having ice cream. And, if you're famous, you can't do that.
No.
People come over and get a picture, and, it's a weird side thing to it.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere with that. Who's the woman that plays Maggie? What's her name?
Lauren Cohen.
Yes, Lauren Cohen. She was around here a few years ago, and I just remember all I could think of was like, I hope I run into her and get a picture, because she was around here vacationing for the summer.
Wow.
And I'm sure everywhere she went, she got that. Jeez. But I also wanted to ask though, some mention in that, Steve, what has been your most physically demanding role?
Oh, this is like real questions. What's wrong? What's happened to you guys?
It's the end of our season, so we're developing to the next level before we end the show.
You know what's kind of funny? I did a film in New York, in 1985, 86. And we shot it in February up at Fort Tryon Park, which is up near the cloisters and George Washington Bridge. And it was like maybe 5 degrees below zero. That was just unpleasant. But the oddest thing is when we shot Shotgun Wedding, the Jennifer Lopez movie, for like about 11 days, I had to stand in a pool like up to my chest. And it's not like, again, it's not like a courageous thing. It's just weird. Like if you spend that much time in the water, your body starts doing some very. I think you actually start to decompose. When you see those
the wrinkles,
you see those blotted Yeah, it's that, and your skin gets so soft. It's like you're made out of tissue paper from CVS or something. And it's you turn the lamp on, and all the skin in your hands tears off, and there's a pool of blood by the lamp. It's bad.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Jesus Christ.
It sounds like paradise at first. Like I was in a pond for a few days. No, it doesn't. It sounds rough.
Yeah, it's like it was. Oh, you know what it was? It was an infinity pool. Poor Steve had to stand in an infinity pool in the Dominican Republic, 5-star resort for a week and a half.
That's it. You're like those models
and
who
they
complain.
And they're paying me, and. Yeah, I don't have any complaints. And I was staying in a villa.
Oh.
Yeah. It was rough.
Was the Wi-Fi spotty, or was it all right?
No, it was perfect.
Oh, okay.
All the actors we did it was stupid how nice it was. How everyone treated us, and the movie was fun, and the director's great, and everyone was nice. Yeah, it was one of the most ridiculously nice experiences I've ever had. It was stupid. Yeah,
that's great. That's
because we all live with each other. It was like camp. Usually actors go back. Like the thing I'm doing in New Orleans, we all go back to the hotel. People don't really talk to each other, but we were living in the same house, all the main cast. So it was like the Brady Bunch. It was really cool. Like Lenny Kravitz and Cheech Marin and all those guys. So it was just it was pretty fun.
That sounds amazing. What I was gonna ask too, Steve. Having written, we've talked about it before too. You wrote for Tyler Perry. Do you prefer acting or writing?
It's weird. It's two completely different feelings because and I've compared it to an actor. You're like the writer. You have to give birth and you have to take care of the baby and feed the baby and clean up its poop and all that. And the actor is more like the visiting uncle who shows up from the motel, plays with the kids, and goes home. And it's less hard, I think, because with writing, you're creating something from nothing, and that's one of the hardest things is when you get these just starting a script. Whereas acting, it's already there, and you don't have to. You're getting. And writing too, unless you're getting paid for a certain job, it was kind of nice at Tyler Perry. I wasn't writing a script going, oh, I hope they'll buy it. I mean, they'd already paid for it.
Yes.
So it's they had to like it and everything. But, and now when I write stuff, you don't know if it's going to get made or sold. So it's kind of weird, except the process of writing. I don't know if you guys have written, it's really, once it gets going, it's really fun.
Yes.
It's kind of addictive.
I do a little skit every
week. It takes a while
week,
to get
but
going.
Yeah, and it feels like once you get one idea, they all come together. But it's also sometimes even going back to edit, it's did I write this redundant or did I use too many words at the same time? And also, you got to write for certain people. You got to know what they can do, type of thing. It's a different craft.
Well, the best advice I ever heard was that because I was kind of I was blissfully ignorant, and I hadn't come up in writers' rooms or stuff. But the Tyler Perry's executive producers just told me, write what you'd like to see on TV. And it was like being a kid with your Army guys or G.I. Joe. It was you make your stories. And it was really good advice because it was well, I know what I'd like to see. I've always wanted to see this, or this is the kind of thing that used to make me laugh. Let me write a scene in that style. And because when I've written things that if you don't, you get too general. And it's just not fun. It's it's like playing with your sister's Barbie dolls. It's just not the same.
You don't want anyone to catch you.
I tore my sister's Barbie doll's head off and threw it in our pond.
Oh my God, I did the same thing, Steve. I drowned my sister's Barbies.
I think I did that to my sister's hamster, but we're not gonna,
to the hamster. Me and Steve are killing Barbie dolls. You're killing animals.
No. I just remembered, I think I talked my sister into cutting her Barbie doll's hair off. I was like, cut that hair off. It'll look good. It'll look good.
I convinced my sister when I was a kid, at one point I had convinced my sister that I can communicate with all her Barbie dolls, that I would tell her like what they were saying and
Were
stuff.
you her older brother?
Yeah, no, younger.
He's younger.
I'm the younger brother. I still managed to convince her though of these things.
She was dumb.
Wow. She's not a very bright girl, so that's interesting.
Yeah, it's surprising too that Slim's smarter than somebody.
I know. That. This is kind of groundbreaking.
Yes, I feel like we've definitely.
I hope you're recording it.
Wait, well, speaking of my genius, Steve, I did want to talk to you about something. So with Rob and I wrapping up the show, we're kicking around ideas of like what we're going to do with our future. Like obviously him and I think are still going to kind of stick together and do things creatively. And one of the things I was thinking about him and I doing is like directing films, right? So I have a couple of films that I was wondering if you would star in. One of them is titled Steve Coulter in the Woods. I'm looking for a guy that kind of fits the description of Steve Coulter, right? And I don't know if you just feel like that name fits you. And we're just going to follow you around in the woods with a camera. A lot of it's improv, stuff like that. I have another one called Steve Coulter in the Ocean. It's going to be a lot of swimming involved.
Yeah.
I was thinking Steve Coulter at CVS.
Steve
is another good one.
It could be a very good series. I'll do that. I like that. Just sort of walking around, and you think something's going to happen,
right?
And it just never does.
So I was thinking you could do
scary,
like a.
I was thinking like a big scene where like you thought you had a coupon, but you did. You ended up finding the coupon after like 5 minutes, but it was expired. It was expired.
And I could. Okay, this is good. You guys might want to not retire.
This is why we're retiring. This is the best of our plans. I was going to ask too, Steve, would you ever reprise your Captain Ahab role for like a movie?
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I just rewatched the commercial last night. It's a fun commercial.
Yeah, it's just silly.
How long did it take though? Like I know it's only I don't know how long the commercial is. Like it's probably about a minute or two. But how long did it take to get that material?
Just a day. We started, we started probably shooting by 10, and then I was done by like 4 or 5, I think.
Oh, that's
it was
not
November,
bad.
so we had to go with the light, and and it probably took longer because the director and the producer both had tested positive for COVID, so they had to direct and produce from their hotel room to an iPad that was mounted in the car that I was sitting in all day.
Wow.
And we just drove back and forth in that little car.
Yeah.
All hours and hours and hours. And I was a little concerned. I think I might have told you that I was going to lose my voice because I haven't had to shout like that or talk at that volume in years. But I just drank a lot of water, and luckily it just stayed. And we did a thing. There's a whole thing that they never showed. They may do it at some point with a peg leg, because they custom built a peg leg made out of, it was the guys from Marvel, to look like a whalebone.
Wow.
And it really did. And it had us like walking out, like coming back after we've shopped. And I've got a ton of shopping bags, and I'm walking. It was really tricky walking with this thing on my leg.
Wow.
I could only do like 4 steps before I would like collapse. But I'd do it again. It was
cool.
It was fun.
I was gonna ask too. Has acting picked up since COVID? Is it almost back to what it was?
I have not. Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. I think they got. Atlanta did it, and LA did it after. Los Angeles was hit really hard by COVID.
Yeah.
But the Atlanta, there's like 40 things in production right now here.
Cool.
And they really they follow those COVID protocols. There's like these little officers that go around the set, and if you've taken a sip of your soda and your mask is down, they'll say, "Excuse me, could you put your mask up?"
Wow.
And you get tested. Like I got tested yesterday, today, because since I have to fly and work, and then they test you every other day.
Yeah.
And it's pretty intense. But this is the busiest year I've had in 5-6 years or so.
Wow.
So I can't complain at all.
No.
Yeah, I just luckily been going just like job to job to job.
Cool. And that's what I kind of thought. I kind of had the feeling that it was either almost back to normal. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean there's they can do it like this Netflix and I think Disney. They can require you to be vaccinated to work for them because it's private business.
Yes.
And I didn't have a problem with that. Most people don't,
Yeah.
But I think that helps that it is very like when I shot that Marvel series from April to August, I think there was one example of someone testing positive, and it turned out to be a false positive. And that's a crew of 500 people.
Yeah.
Wow. So
do we still not? Do we still not know what that Marvel series is?
Well, I do.
So it's not any of the ones that have aired recently. It wasn't Loki, and it's not What If.
No, they did. They shot Loki in Atlanta. No, this one will come out in 2022, maybe this spring. I don't think they know.
It's Moon Knight.
It's different from anything they've done before. I can say that.
Moon Knight?
It's Moon Knight. Yeah, it's Moon Knight. It's got to be Moon Knight. He's the only Marvel character that's just odd and he's Batman. He's Marvel. He's Marvel Batman.
Is odd. Doctor Strange is odd. I love him, but he's odd AF. Odd AF, as the kids say.
Yeah.
So wait, now being in a Marvel series, are you all caught up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Are you keeping up with things that are happening?
I've always I signed on early to that universe. I even rewatched. I went and rewatched the last, the Endgame and whatever Final Fantasy, whatever the last one was.
Are you excited for No Way Home?
Huh?
Are you excited for No Way Home? I just cannot wait for SpiderMan.
It sounds really, really, really cool. Yes. And Tom Holland is so great. He's really. But I'm curious because they're talking about all these little multiverses and stuff. And have you guys seen What If?
Slim and it keeps telling me, and I've seen commercials. I think it's coming to AMC or something. It looks cool.
You can get it on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I guess Disney Plus, and it's animation. It's kind of like the way the animation from the Spider-Verse movie, but it's just really well animated. It's really violent.
Yeah, it's dark.
But but the animation is great.
So I'll tell you, Steve, my favorite episodes so far have been the Black Panther one where he's part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's Star-Lord.
Yes.
The Doctor Strange episode was phenomenal. The one where his girlfriend dies.
That was kind of an epic story.
Wow, And then the most recent one, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but we'll just call it the Age of Ultron. That one was very good as well. Those are my three
Was
top
that the
of that
zombie one?
No, I didn't really like that one. No, it wasn't the zombie one.
Yeah, I didn't care for the. So there must be another one since it, because the zombie one, I was like, okay, we've seen that before.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt.
Out of nowhere.
I felt that way about that too. Where I was just like, this is just every zombie story retold with Marvel characters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But no,
there's a new one since then.
Yeah, because they air every Wednesday, so I saw it last night. So it would be today that you can watch it, and it's
cool.
It's good.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I was like, first I was like, is this just some little? But they got most of the original cast to do the voices, except for Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
Wow.
But apart from that, they did everybody.
Yeah.
It's they got, because it was done with Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
yes.
He voices himself in this.
Really? Yeah. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I need to see that. Steve, we have to wrap this up, man.
Oh, that's fine. I'm celebrating my birthday tonight.
You said, "Oh, that's fine."
Did you say something about your birthday? That's another.
Birthday.
That's another movie I'm working on. It's called Steve Coulter's Cake.
Steve Coulter's birthday.
Following
Bash.
And his cake. Okay.
When's your birthday, Steve?
Well, thank you. Well, we'll talk again before the Lou Gehrig goodbye in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. Well, and happy birthday. Is it today?
No, it's Saturday, but I'm going to be out of town, so we did it tonight.
Oh, man. I got I got some little bites if you want. I have some little bites, chocolate chips. I'll send them down to you.
That's okay. I just had a big ice cream cone. So.
Well, happy birthday.
You know, my wife and stepson gave me, one of the things is a piece of poop with eyes that, it's like squeezed like the, what do you call it?
Is it rainbow?
Yeah, it's like, it's just brown.
Oh, my son got a rainbow one. He got the rainbow poop.
No, did not get the rainbow turd. And on that note, let's leave it right there.
We will talk to you again before we disappear forever.
Yeah, until we get the restraining order. All right, Steve.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
You too, my friend. We love you, brother.
Bye.